everybody. Happy Friday. How you doing? My name is Heather. My business is Velvet and Vines Design, and I'm here in my shop. It's called the DIY Studio, where I teach local DIY classes, or classes to my local community. I'll say it like that. So come on in. I'm here for a little Happy Friday event. It's called the Garden Gate event. And Lindsay with Be Happy Cottage is hosting it, so she's going to get me shared in, but I'm going to pull myself up on comments. And my friend Misty was right before me, and Orchid Lane Designs is after me. So I think it's Orchid Lane. As soon as I said it, I was like, oh. Now, listen, our area is loaded with pollen. If you know, you know. So, like, I don't know. Sometimes I get sneeze and fits. I just had a sneeze and fit, so. But I'll put my tissue to the side. Hey, Lindsay. All right, so she's going to get me shared around. So the whole theme today is Garden Gate. And I love Misty. And I love how she overthinks things. I didn't quite give it as much thought as she did, and I love her for that. But I am doing, of course, flowers. You know, love anything that can revolve around flowers. And I'm going to do a small wreath base like this, but we're going to fill this baby up all with kind of the same color, creamy flowers. And I think for any kind of garden type, a Garden Gate gathering, anything like that, you would want your home to be welcoming, and the first thing they come to is usually your porch, your front door, right? So great first impression. I'm a wreath maker, so I believe in a wreath being a great first impression. So anyway, that's what we're going to start off with. I can be a fast maker, and I realize this. So I have another project to the side, and that is a lantern. So I feel like even like if you are just traipsing through the garden as Misty took it, or you are having a gathering, right? I like ambient light. Anybody else raise their light? I cannot stand overhead light, but I love like lanterns and candles and things like that. So why not decorate that lantern too? So that's where we're gonna go with this theme today. So hang out with me. We're gonna hang out for the next hour, and yeah. Oh, and you know what? I didn't share myself around. I guess I should. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze again, by the way. If I get sneezing, I'm so sorry. I'm a loud sneezer, by the way. Like it usually startles people, which is so funny because I startle myself. But hey, Stephanie. And hey, Stephanie. Hey, Lori, what are you doing, lady? All right, I'm gonna go the whole way around this wreath with these little picks right here. And if you can't tell, this wreath has some little remnants. It was another wreath. I tore it apart because that's what we do. And when something been working out, you just tear it apart, make it new, right? Like nothing ever happened. So we're just gonna fill this baby up and see what happens. So I'm a fast maker, and it's a small wreath, but I want to go the whole way around. And if you make those on a larger frame, it can really get not only expensive, but pretty large, right? When we stuff it full. So, Misty, you cracking me up. She started us off. Misty is the Queen of Farmers. Ooh, ooh, I got a little cha-ching. Love that on the Friday. Right? But Misty started us off, and it's very fitting because Misty does actually have a garden and grows things. She also has animals. She has a ranch in Texas. If you don't, you probably know Misty, but if you don't know Misty, I'll tell you a little bit about her. And she's also the person that provides all the lassos that I use. And so if you're in the crew, then you may have probably ordered from Misty before. She also, a lot of like the cool bases, like the bobbins, the cheese molds like she used earlier. She showed me a brick mold the other day that she's using. Like all of those cool vessels in our world of like making flowers and all that stuff, we call them vessels, right? So she has the coolest things. So if you're, I don't think you'd probably be new to her, because if you know me, you've heard me talk about her quite a bit, right? In some way, shape, or fashion. Hey, Stephanie, garden is kicking your butt. Well, You are in Texas, you know, it's desert, it's very dry. I'm sure it's hard, right? It's probably not easy. You know what I'm saying? It's probably not easy. Needs a lot of attention. And then you got Joe. Joe's probably just, you know, is Joe messing it up? Joe probably messes it up. We tease. Joe always messes it up. That's just a joke that, like, Misty and I, well, it's Misty's joke. I just support it wholeheartedly. Right? That Joe messes it up. But not do, I knew what you meant. Nessa, what are you doing? We're talking about gardening. Nessa loves her gardening. That's why she named her business Up and Growing. She loves her some plants. What you working on, girl? Are you enjoying the weather? It's beautiful here. It is so pretty. And I have a class tonight at the beach. And it's such a beautiful view. I'm excited. Like, you know, just to kind of have that breeze, that ocean breeze. Like, ugh. Want to know why you're making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? You're making it the wrong way. Are you putting the peanut butter, are you putting the jelly on one piece of bread and the peanut butter on the other piece of bread? Or are you putting the peanut butter on and then putting the jelly on top of the peanut butter? Inquiring minds need to know, because it is important. It is important. I get asked in my house. So I feel like it's appropriate that I can ask you too. I can't imagine how it tastes any different, but we're just gonna let them live their life. You know what I'm saying? Not at the moment. You're making cotton candy, so you're sticky. Like real cotton candy, or are you making like faux cotton candy? Well, you said you're sticky, so real cotton candy. Oh, I love cotton candy. I just had it for a snack last night. It's great. High sugar. I should have had popcorn. See, I make bad decisions. What are you doing, Edie? How are you? I miss your face. Hey, Melanie. I'm going to see you in a few short weeks. And Patricia, but you're not going to be there, right? You're not coming to the retreat, Patricia, are you? You're going to Italy. Not that I look. That's an amazing trip. Good for you. What parts of Italy are you going to go? I've seen Milan, Rome. Maybe that's it. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. I was in Milan during Fashion Week. That was wild. If you all have ever been to Italy and how they ride those little mopeds all around, it is, you literally feel like you are on like some kind of a video game. Like those little mopeds are weaving in and out. Like if you stuck your hand out of your taxi, like you'd probably smack a moped at some point. Like it's crazy. But anyway, have fun. You're gonna have a great time. I love it. Yeah, I will miss you too. Fake is sticky. Oh, it is? I thought it was insulation. Look at you. What you gotta order? You're always doing an order. Italy, Milan, London, and Rome. Okay. Oh, okay. I love London. They got some really good, like mixology type places, like restaurants that have really good food, that they like have, like they're known for really good drinks that are made for their food, and everything is like the fresh of the fresh. So find one of them joints. You'll love that. And also good shopping, which you probably know, right? Hey, Candy, what you doing? Yeah. Make sure you get your power adapters. The easiest thing to do, especially since you're traveling with your husband, if you haven't done it already, is to get one of those USB banks that are like, you know, the flat piece that has like 8 USB ports in it. And then that way you only need one outlet, like to convert from US to Europe. You know what I'm saying? You only need one of those, but then you can plug in all your devices in the USB one. So your phones, your earpieces, your watch, right? Like all that stuff. So you don't need umpteen different converters. And also in Europe, they don't give you a whole lot of electrical outlets in your hotel anyway. They're not like the US. They don't give you a ton. Like, you'll not ever have an iron in your room. Like, they don't give you that kind of stuff because fire hazards, and they just aren't as needy as we are. They're more conservatory in nature. So anyway, just a little travel tip for you. You can pass along with your friends. So, hey, what are you doing, Lisa? Spray, glue, and fluff. Okay, so that's definitely sticky. Oh, that's gross. That's gross. Hey, Melanie, what you doing? How are ya? Not for long. You're going to see in a few weeks. I know, I'm excited to see you too, Needy. And you've got a long trip. Like, that's going to be a long trip coming from the West Coast to see us in Savannah. But I can't wait to see you and hug your neck, y'all. A lot of us are meeting up. Well, 100 of us, best friends, are meeting up in Savannah the first weekend of June. So just a few short weeks for a retreat. And we're going to make wreaths and stuff like that too. But we also, you know, have some fun, make some memories, shop, eat, you know, all the things. Right? And so we're excited. And there's some seats left. The cutoff to register, though, is May 1st. So if you are thinking about coming, I would definitely pull the trigger on it. And if you're a maker or a creator, the retreat comes with 5 make and takes. So it's a lot. And they're big designs. I just posted on my page the wreath that I'll be designing with everybody. And it's huge. Like, it's like a huge piece. So really nice stuff, but mostly just hanging out. Good people, good food, all the things. Great view, right? We're on the river. Hey, Paula, you're watching from work. You would come in again. Probably would come in again. Have a good day. Okay. I won't say your name. I'll whisper it, right? So your friends at work can't hear it. The peanut butter and jelly together. You spread it by the bread. Your great grand say you make it wrong. See, Patsy, we had this whole conversation on my page one day about how do you make a peanut butter and jelly? My youngest son likes it a very particular way. And so you can make it wrong, and he will ask me. And he also, he's very particular about the color of things. The color of his tater tots, like they can't be too brown. Has to be the certain color. His French fries, same way. His French fries have to be a certain color. So his bagels have to be lightly toasted. So when he asks for a bagel, he doesn't just say, can I have a bagel for breakfast? He will say, can I have a bagel for breakfast? And could you put the toaster on number 1, please? Like, he says it every time. And then as he hears me like ruffling, you know, with the bagel bag or whatever, he'll be like, is the toaster on number 1? I'll be like, yes, girl, it is. I'll be like, okay. I only let my bagel toast on number 1. I don't like it on number 3. Somebody in here in this house keep changing it to number 3. Like, he'll go on and on and on about the toaster setting. I'm like, okay. Oh God, I love him. It sounds amazing. Can't make anything. I know, Candy. Shh. Oh my God, it's small. It's little. Shh. It's for gathering. I know we can't make nothing small. I know it. I know. I always share crewisms with Nessa because she absolutely loves it. And he'll text me, and instead of saying like, hey mom, whatever he wants to say, he'll say, hey parental motherly figure that I love, can you XYZ? Like parental motherly figure that I love. And he thinks he's so funny. Did you see my text? Like, yes. Anyway. Yeah, Mary DM all my friends love crew. Yes, Misty used to send him a fun fact. Like, every day or something like that. Like, Joshua would give her a really cool fun fact, and she would send him, when we were on the way to school in the mornings, I would like read them to him. And some things he would be like, because he would always just sit, like, like his response, right? Like there's no emotion. He would just sit as I would read it. And every once in a while he'd be like, okay. And then every once in a while he'd be like, I already knew that. I'd be like, you already knew that? I'd be like, yeah, I already knew that. Like, you know what? And I'd tell Misty, she'd be like, that kiddo. Okay, well, we'll come up with something else. I'm like, oh my gosh. Your son, who is a grown man, will only eat goobers. You tell him that peanut butter and jelly December is no different. Oh my gosh. What size is a grapevine? Drea, this is just a little 10 inch. I thought it was a 14 inch, but it's not. It's a 10 inch. It's just a really nice thick one. Look at how nice. So it was a 10 inch. And I think this is super cute. Like it could do, you'd be like an indoor door, you know, like on, like I could see it being on, when I get it done anyway, but like on a little bathroom door, on a cabinet door. I mean, like that's like the perfect little backdrop for it, but, and it's all just one pick. I'm taking the whole way around, right? So this is just Michael's. I know a lot of times I come on here and I'm with some high dollar stuffs, right? Stuff you gotta order. But it's just a little pick from Michael's, and I think right now they're like $1.50 or something like that, because they were, I think, like $3, and now they're all 50% off. So really inexpensive. So if you're going this right, and it's got everything you need on it. It's got berries, it's got light flowers, it's got little greenery, it's got some fern. So just take it, fluff it up. We're going all the way around. Now, don't let me fool you. That isn't all I'm using, because you know I still have some little greenery pieces, right? But this is doing all the work for me. This is just going to come in and add, you know, just like some coverage in areas that I need it, but also, you know, just add a little life to it, right? But in all honesty, I say this in the crew all the time, you could stop here, but we're not. Yeah, right? We're not. We don't do that. We don't give up. So, I know, Mary D, they're so cute. And so I get them because I make the camper wreaths, right? So 10 inches, 14 inches, 10 inches, 14 inches. I like to use those for the camper wreaths. Also the 10 inch, I like to use, like, our area has a lot of events that are focused around Jeeps, because we're a beachy area, right? And we have the beaches that you can drive on, think like the Outer Banks. So we have the drive on beaches like that. And so it's just a big deal. They have Jeep gatherings for all the little things like Mother's Day, Father's Day, you know. And so a lot of them will decorate up their Jeeps. So I'll make like little ones like that. It's not, you know, wreaths are not just for homes. They could go on your camper. Look at how stinking cute that is. Like, even, like I said, even if I didn't add another thing, but even if I didn't, this would be really cute to just pop a bow in, right? But we're gonna fix up some of the shape and all of that. So that's coming up next. Let me clean up my mess. So after this, I've got packed to the side the stuff for my class. So I'm gonna load up my car. I'm gonna run by the grocery store. I'm gonna go home. And then I'm gonna keep watching all of my friends here. And then I'm gonna head to the beach and get set up. So that's kind of like my day. Thanks. Thanks, Lisa. You live around small towns and many people don't have the money for 100. Exactly. There you go. But they want something. And they also want to support you, right? I totally understand that. I know we as makers love to make the big stuff, right? Because that's what we want to do. We want to work with all the pretty things and we want to have all the nice ribbon. And also, there's that side of us that like to impress our peers. I'm sorry, you know, maybe I'll be the one that just say it out loud, but I mean, it's true, right? Like we, you know, especially someone like me, I'll speak for myself. I teach. So I teach other makers, and I want to impress them. I want them to trust me, right? So we want to make all these big things. But I'm going to tell you, the secret sauce is usually in the smaller stuffs. It's usually where your bigger profit is. I'll say profit margin. Maybe not necessarily the dollars, but your percentage of profit is usually bigger on the smaller pieces. I'll say it like that, because I'm not, in the bigger wreaths, you can make, you can make money, but you're selling them for a lot too, so. This can also be more likely to be a repeat customer, right? Someone that can spend $60, $70 with you might do that multiple times throughout the year, where if it's a $200 wreath, they might only be able to do that one time a year. Like they might have to pick a season each year that they invest in. So even though it's less money, over time, that customer could give you more money, right? So we talk about all those kinds of things in the crew. It's tough out there. It's tough out there being a maker, figuring out all the things. So many people to please, so many people, ourselves, customers, friends. All right, Ann says 10, 14-inch sell best in your local farmer's market. And I love that. And they hardly look at anything bigger or more expensive. And they love the centerpieces. And Ann, you brought up a great point. Ann's business is Betty Lou. Ann, come in on your business page. Girlfriend, all my friends should be here on their business pages so that we can all see you and we can follow you too, right? Like if we see you commenting. And Ann, you might see some friends from the crew that didn't know that Betty Lou was your business, and now you can tell them. So Ann, come back. Anybody else, come back. On your business page, that is. But yeah, that's so true. I just lost my train of thought because I went on a totally different tangent, but maybe it'll come back to me, and maybe it won't. I don't know. Thoughts are fleeting. Oh, the centerpieces. That's what it was. Oh, these make great centerpiece, like a wreath style like this. If I added no bow and I went and did this, they make great candle rings and centerpieces, right? Like if you did the bigger pillar candle. So this can be an interchangeable piece if you kept it like no bow. I wouldn't necessarily probably put a bow on something like that, right? So versatile, like you got a versatile piece. You can hang it on your wall. You can put it on a table. You can put a candle in the middle of it. You could hang it from a cabinet. So the smaller designs are the best. Yes, see? Same for me too, Lisa, for a couple of things. Not as much as what I sell, but more what I teach, right? Those smaller designs are what, see, I guess we can do a little soapbox, not really, but just, part of how I wanted to serve my local clientele, because, when I started doing all of this, I was making the big wreaths too, and I was thinking, like, how in my local community can I do something that appeals to them, but I know I couldn't sell them $200 wreaths. That's just crazy, right? And so, we have farmers and watermen and things like that. And while, yes, they make great livings and, all of that, I'm not saying they live in poverty, but I am saying that, we make decisions and it doesn't usually include a $200 or $300 wreath, right? So, and that's great. I love that people can do that. I'm not knocking that. I don't want to come off like that. But anyway, my market here. But I know that there's a lot of people that have grown up being around craftiness. They've had, like myself, had parents or grandparents that were crafting. Maybe they were into woodworking, or they worked on furniture, or they, sewed. Most of the time out of need, out of necessity, not out of enjoyment like we get to do now. I feel so blessed that we get to do crafting because we love it, and that I can go buy $50 ribbon because I love it. When I think back, like my grandmother, she was a really good sewer because she had to make her own church clothes, because she had to make clothes for her boys. Do you know what I mean? Like she had to clothe her children. So she learned how to sew well out of necessity, not out of, just want to take a load off. So that's not missed on me, but that's kind of our local area. That's a lot of our heritage and our culture with our families. So I know that it's kind of in us, right? And so that's how I started doing classes. And to do classes, I had to focus on things that were smaller and less expensive so that people can come, enjoy themselves, make something pretty, but I could actually create a business as well, right? Because I can get in the habit of giving things away. Because I want everybody to have it too, but that doesn't make a business. Unfortunately, gosh, that would be so great, right? Like if you got some kind of like tax blessing for everything. I mean, I know that we get a tax break, but I'm just saying, like, if everything we gave away, we got like equally as some other kind of blessing, it'd be, I think a lot of people in business would give a whole lot more, but anyway. So there's that. Hi, Irene. Thanks, Amy. You just happen to be checking your Facebook. Well, I'm glad that you were and that you showed up. And Stephanie said her bestseller is a 14-inch grapevine with hydrangeas on it, and it costs you, see, listen, don't be giving away all your secrets, Stephanie. But I love that. Like that is smart thinking. That's where you're making something that's repetitive. You've got the recipe down. You know exactly what it costs. You know exactly what you can sell it and market it for. Like that's some good stuff, girl. I love that for you. You have a sign. Custom orders welcome. Have 3 really nice orders. And have from that. Yep, I love it. So y'all are sharing some great tips for people that are going to be working in craft shows and stuff like that. It can be hard out there, y'all. A lot of the stuff at craft shows now are mass produced. Craft shows used to be mostly handmade, which was awesome. But now people are getting mass produced stuff and all of that. Or they're doing, no shade here, but doing like the 3D printing and all of that, you know, and it's not necessarily handmade items. And so anytime that you can come up with something that like is a winner for you, I love it. And that you're sharing it. Like Anne's my girl. Like that's also kind of the culture of our group. So, hey Lynn, you love it. You just joined. Can you please tell you what kind of flowers are you using? Lynn, these are just little flower clusters. If you watch the replay and go to the very beginning, you can see exactly what they look like, but they come from Michael's, Lynn. They're the little singles that are in, like they're the little single bouquets, and I think they're like $1.50 or something right now. So I want to say I had maybe like 10 of them. I think I had like 10. One for basically every inch of the wreath. So it's a 10-inch grapevine. And then I used 10 of those. And then I just came in with, I just had some little like spare greenery bushes like this. I just clipped that up. I'm putting that in just to kind of thicken it up. And we were talking, Lynn, that this could also be like a centerpiece on a table. Like you could put a pillar candle in the middle of it or something like that, or like a lighted lantern. So you can really get creative with it. Somebody's out there with some kind of machinery. What's going on? Oh, it's power washing. Yay! You can come down here and power wash this. Now, I'm going to turn this into a little wreath, so I am going to make a little bow. I wasn't exactly sure about like the ribbon, so I brought a couple of options, but this is what I got. How cute is that? This would be a great little wedding piece too. Okay, I'm not done. I need some more greenery in that. You know, that's breaking my heart. Like, I gotta have more greenery than that. I'm so sorry. I'm so not sorry. I'm extra. Amy, how you doing, lady? I didn't say. Hey, Michelle from March House Designs. What are you doing, girl? Haven't seen you in forever. How are the kids? Like, you had a busy sports schedule there for a little while. Like, how is... You've been doing shows, like how are all the things? I got so many questions for you. Hope you're doing good. Every once in a while, I'll see one of your pretty designs. All right, I love this little bush. This is just another little Michael's thing. It's called the mini ficus bush, but to me it looks like smilax, but whatevers. Whatevers. We'll let Michael's call it whatever they want. We know. We know. Thanks, Amy. And look, just like how we've only used 2 ingredients so far. How easy, right? So for those friends that are like talking about things they're doing for their shows, And you don't have to do the full way around. You could take the same concept and do like a little crescent, or just the bottom, or just the top with a little bow. So it's just something like really simple and cute, where you're cutting the cost of your supplies by like a fourth, right? Because you're not didn't do the whole thing. You're just going to do a section of it. So many ideas, you're all so many ideas. None of them are garden gate gathering. So sorry, Lindsay. Just kidding. We're all in here talking about how to sell it. Lindsay's like, listen, I'm trying to entertain. I'm trying to have some gatherings. I'm trying to host some people. Is y'all in here trying to sell everything? I'm so sorry, Lindsay. Lindsay is who hosted this with Be Happy Cottage. If y'all aren't following her, you should. She is like the sweetest thing ever. She lives in Texas. She's a boy mom. She homeschools. She has great quirky jokes, and I love her stories about like her kids and her, you know, I mean, it's not, our family and our life isn't the same, but the stories and the sentiments behind it are. And so I love that, right? And so I love her, and she has just great ideas. If you're into that, like kind of the vintagey, decorating, she's got great ideas and crafts. And then she hosts events like this. So if you're like Anne or any of my other friends from the crew are in here, a lot of my friends aren't necessarily like going live a whole ton and things like that. And I don't even know if it's necessarily a goal of yours, but if it is, like Lindsay would be a good, she does like great events, super welcoming, and they're themed and all of that. So look at that. So this is how, like, if it was like the little candle ring, look at how much, like how pretty that would be to see all of this lifted up through candlelight. Like you have to envision the candlelight, but we're gonna go like this, but just not like that, but like that. All right, I'm just gonna add a couple more pieces in here, and then I think we'll go with the bow, and we'll stop. We'll finally stop. And look at that, I got a half hour. I told you I was a fast maker. So we will get that lantern piece in. One more piece. One more round. You love it. Oh, wait. Fill it. Paula's like, fill it, girl. Hey, Victoria. How are you? Lindsay is a sweetheart. She really is. I tell her that all the time. She's a good soul. Nessa, who was in here earlier, she's probably now covered in stickiness. But we used to say, like, Lindsay is like the sweetest soul ever. She's a good girl. I lied. I said one more, but I can see a little hole there, and I kind of, I want that whole like little seam full look. And Paula gave me permission to stuff it, you all. So if you're angry about how much I'm putting in it, let's just blame Paula right now. I'm just kidding. Don't blame Paula. Don't come for her. I can get defensive. Don't come for her. All right, look. This is cute. I might do some more of these. I got these supplies a little while ago. I don't know what I've been waiting on. Boop. Okay. All right, let's make a little bow, because that's what we do. Actually, so I think I had, all right, so I had this, but I know I don't want that now. Then I had this, because I was thinking, ooh, I'm not hating that, hold on. Then I got this, but then I think that's too wide, so no. I'm already vetoing things for you all. I'm so sorry. I don't play the game well of letting others decide. I'm just kidding. But then I have this that is like unwired burlap. That's kind of what I was thinking, like an unwired burlap. Or do you think the cabana stripe? I feel like this is limiting me on how big I can make the bow because it's such a small roll. And I don't like being told what to do. So I don't know, I feel like it's this one. What do you think? Hey Kelly, what's up girl? You love it. Thank you, y'all are so sweet. Y'all are so sweet. Kelly, what you up to? I think it's gonna be this one. I feel like you're gonna agree, so I'm gonna go ahead and start making the this one, right? Is this one? Yeah, Paula's like, yeah! was, right? I heard burlap. I don't know. Y'all ever do the whole, like when you were a kid? La 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 la, the hear you. That's where I'm at right now. But that's what I kind of want. I wanted like these little loopy loop, like little floppy loops. And let's see, do I want just 2? Ooh. Maybe I do. I was envisioning 4. Hold on, let me see what it looks like with 4. Just because I'm curious. Would it look good with like... I think I like the 2. I think I like the 2. No, but... Lori. Shh. You. Shh. Oh, yeah, that's true. No bow needed. It could be like a table piece. But I really want like just a little simple bow. I want it. Shh. Hold on, let me get a long piece of floral wire. That was the one thing I didn't think about over here. I thought about everything else but floral wire. I do agree though, no bow is technically needed, but so pretty without the bow. You know best. You're sitting with a dog in your lap being lazy. Oh, that sounds, I like that. Dogs are the best. All right, let me cut this off. And I'm just gonna do, because it's real burlap, so it's gonna fray. So I'm just gonna do like a little point cut. Okay. Let me find like a little, I saw a little bald spot when I was showing it to y'all. I feel like it's this one right here. I feel like it's right in here. All right, so we're gonna go in with this. And this is just gonna be a little droopy, simple bow. She's like, shh. I know, that's what I tell my husband whenever he starts. Whenever he starts with me, I just go, shh. And he laughs. He's like, you know. Because he'll be like, you know, we really need to get the mulch done. And blah, 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 blah. And how about, and yarny, yarny, can't get the grass to grow. I'm like, shh, shh. He's like, girl, if you don't hush. I can hear it. I can hear it. All right. Let's cinch this. I'll only give it 2 cinches in case it's really bad and I just want to take it out. All right. How come this is like lopsided or something? Let me yank on it for a second. It's just like super simple, like it is a little, like nothing crazy. This needs to be cut a little shorter maybe. But I feel like the tails are backwards. Did I put this in back now? What did I do? Oh, they're twisted. Huh. Oopsies. All right, let's trim this one. We'll go up a little bit more on this one. So there we go. Just a little, just something simple. But you're right, it could definitely go no bow. I think it's cute. Something small, right? An easy make. That was so easy and simple to put together. All right, let's move on. let's make something for this lantern. So, I was gonna do a bow, and then I vetoed the ribbon that I was gonna use on the what's this called? Wreath. Wonder if I'll just put it on the lantern. That's that polka dot ribbon. That was what I was originally gonna use on the wreath until I got it together, or started getting it together anyway. All right, so let's do something on this, okay? So let's play off of what we got going on here, just something simple. So I want to do like a really loopy bow. Let's see what we got. We got 20 minutes left. And I want to add something to the back of it. We'll see. Might just want like a loopy bow. We'll make the bow. I've got another project here to the side. If we run out, if I finish in time, we can do that. I have a bottle bouquet, but that was actually for a class, but we can do it together. Misty showed an example of a hostess gift. This could be a hostess gift, but let me finish up this. So I'm gonna do like just a long tail, and we're gonna do just a loopy bow. So lots and lots of loops. So now we're just going to keep going. Thank you. I don't know if I'll get to go to a Garden Gate gathering. Unless one of my kids does it as a theme for their wedding. Right? But that seems to be, around here it seems to be, a lot of the brides are still doing a lot of the boho-y stuff. Which is good for me. But I have a feeling it'll shift soon. Like navy used to be a really popular color for weddings, and I'm wondering if it's gonna come back. If it hasn't already. Okay, so now I'm gonna start tearing them down. Here's the UPS guy, but I don't have anything ready for him. Huh. So now I'm making the loops a little bit smaller. So they were longer, and now I'm just going a little smaller. I want to work myself in with just some smaller loops like this. All right. I'm going to use floral wire. So on this lantern, I like to use this little thing right on the side to hook anything I'm putting on there, because it's just an easy access point. And plus the top of this lantern, this is an old lantern I got from I salvaged this from some thrift store. And the top of it is a little beat up, but I usually always cover it up with some kind of a bow, like a bow or a lantern topper or something like that. So I don't really worry about it, but eventually I should put like some silver finish on it. Yeah, lanterns are like one of my favorite. Lanterns, candlestick holders, those are some of my favorite things to thrift. All right, so now this is what we got. Look at that, it looks kind of, right? So we're gonna fluff our bow. So anybody, you all know how to fluff a bow? So you just get your finger in the, so it's all wired ribbon, which is great, but you just get your fingers inside that wired ribbon, start from the bottom of it, the base of it, to get that loop nice and exposed, but then you kind of wiggle your fingers through, and you work yourself around. And I like to like separate the loops, right, so you get more coverage, and you can see all the layers, like that. So it was a little, and now we've got like this big bow. And you can use a bow maker. A bow dabber would be great. An easy bow maker, that's actually one of my favorites. So you can definitely use a bow maker. right, I'm just trying to get that tail down here instead of over on the side, because I do turn this lantern on and off. Like, I'm gonna leave this bow on here, and I do turn this lantern on and off, and I don't want it in the door. So just some tails, and that's it on that, right? All right, so let's do a bow. I mean a bow. A bottle bouquet. So we've got 2 projects done of this little wreath, this little lantern bow, right? So garden gathering. We've got our welcome. We've got our welcome first impression, our wreath, or our decoration. Or it could be a candle ring, a centerpiece, whatever you need it for. And then we've got our ambient lighting with a bow. All right, so let's do this. I had this to the side to just make for a sample for a class, but let's make it here because it is applicable, like Misty said, as a hostess gift. So these little bottle bouquets, these bottle clips right here, look like this. And I put them on soap dispensers, wine bottles such as this, and this is like something I've decoupaged, right? But you can do it on a real wine bottle that you're gifting. Pillar candles are another ones, like the LED pillar candles. They can be a great gift enhancer. So if you're, hostess gift, somebody got a new house, a promotion, something like that, and you want to jazz up just a traditional bottle of wine or something like that, they clip on at the front and they go that way. If it's like a housewarming or again a hostess gift, I like to give the soap because I'll get the nice soap from like Home Goods or something like that, like a decent soap that's in a pretty dispenser and a nice scent, right? And I'll just make a little bottle bouquet on it, and then they have something for like the guest bathroom, for soap in the guest bathroom, and then a little clip on it. So we're going to first put some foam in here. So I use this dry foam like this because, did I forget my knife? I did. Hold on, let me grab a knife. Just forgetting all the things. All right, just a little knife. So what I do is, it's not very thick, and this is a thick block, so I'm just gonna just estimate. Right, did I just cut my finger? I don't think so. Okay, and then this is actually thicker than what I need, but I feel like I cut my finger. But all right, since it's soft foam, I just kind of go in just like this, make an impression, and then just pull it out like that, like easy. And then anything that's left over like this, I just shave it off. So that way, you got like a really clean cut there, right? So that's how I prepare it. Then I don't do any moss or anything like that, and I usually don't use a lot of glue because these are just meant to be like not permanent. Like they're not wreaths that are going to go on a door. It's just a little clip, right? So I don't want, usually I'll use a few bits of glue, but I don't go crazy. All right, so there's that. All right, so now we're just going to go in with some flowers and some little things, and that's it. Easy peasy. No bleeding. I know. Look, y'all, listen. Last night, while I was teaching in the crew, my account got hacked twice. Well, attempted to get hacked. It didn't happen. And I've never had this happen before, ever. But I was live inside the crew from my personal page because, it's a group like business pages can't join it, right? So that's how I'm in there. I'm live, and it just shuts down on me and gives me this prompt across my screen that says your account is attempted to be hacked, or there's an attempt of a hack or something like that, with some kind of a term around attempting and hacking. And it said, we need you to log off and re-authenticate. So it like shut me out of the live, and I did all the things, but I couldn't get back. I got back in on my phone, but I couldn't get back in on my iPad. And I was afraid to lock myself out. So I was like, oh, I'll just finish the tutorial and then I'll fix all of that later, and I'll just read the comments from my phone. So I started the live again. And then I'm a little bit into it, and sure enough, it happens again. Your account's being hacked. Log off and re-authenticate or whatever. And I'm like, what the world? So I did it again, but that time I like shut off my phone, and then I made sure I got it back up on the iPad too. And then I just finished the tutorial, but when I got all done, I realized that I had no access to my business page. This right here, Velvet and Vines Design. Well, I panicked. I was like, ah, yeah. And my husband, he is the admin, right? So I was like, anyway, so I got home, and it's late, and he's asleep. So I'm like trying to use his phone, get in my Facebook. I got in there, and then of course it needs his password to re-add me. I was gone. I was no longer like associated with Velvet and Vines Design. I'm like, well, I don't know his like Facebook password. Anyway, it was a mess, y'all. But I got it back. Everything's fine. Never had that happen though. Yeah, your account's being hacked or whatever. Like, what? And it shut me right out. And then disassociated me with my business account. I was like, what? Yeah, I was panicked. Drea, I get these from Etsy. I usually order them, like you can have some vendors that sell them singly, but I usually get like there's, I'll look for a bulk pack, and I buy them in packs of a dozen. And they're called bottle clip holders. I think that's how they term it. Bottle clip holder. Yep, you can get them right on the Etsy. Yeah, these are great. Great, great, great. Small. This is something, we talk about this in the crew all the time. I know I talk about the crew, I'm sorry, but I just love it in there. And we do share these tips. Using you're making a wreath and you have stuff left over all the time, right? Like right here, I just had a couple pieces of greenery left over or whatever. And normally we put all that stuff to the side and it'll maybe make itself into some like bigger basket of things, but we just like don't use them, right? Because when we go to make a project, we go pick new. That's just what we do. Things like this, small projects like this, and I know I'm clipping from a new bush, so I'm kind of like not really hammering home this. However, that's not true, because like this is just a leftover couple pieces of flower, and this is a leftover piece of a bouquet. This had bigger pieces in it, so that's kind of not true. But my point is like it does help you get rid of those odds and ends small pieces, because it just takes a few things to fill this thing up. So it's great in that sense. Kind of have it in your like tool belt, right? Look at that. We're going to finish like right on time. I love it. I'm going to cut this one in half and just sprinkle some of this farther down. Off to the side, I am dipping this in a little tiny bit of glue on each one, just like a tiny bit. Oop. All right, so now let's add in some of those flowers to really get some coverage. I got a couple of pieces of that, and then I do want some foam. Candy, what you doing? What you working on today? Are you at Jen's? Are you all going to do a live sale? I need to get with Jen to start planning out my kit for my next workshop. I've been talking to Misty. Misty and I got our plan on the bases. Or, well, we're formulating a plan on the bases. But I feel like we're in a good place, right, Misty? Oh, look at that. The little hydrangeas. Oh, I love, I love. All right, now we're going to take these little pieces out of here. Just add some variety. It's very busy here today. It's prom season, and the lady next to me does tux rentals and dress alterations, and so it is busy up here. I'm gonna make this so full. Would you ever doubt it? No. Like, am I shocking you? No. It's gonna be full. That's what I wanted, like on this little goodness. All right, let me look down on the front. Okay, so let's add these little guys more towards the front and the bottom, and then we'll do a little bow. We're gonna finish right in time. Or on time, not in time, on time. I'm gonna clip this down a little more. Sorry, I'm gonna steal your view for a second, just to work in some of these smaller ones. Like that, and then we're going to add a little bit, what's that? I don't want that. We're gonna add a little bit of greenery. Put this over here. So this is what I mean, like we'll work on something on a project and we'll have all these pieces left over. We stick it in a basket and then the basket just like goes to the wayside. I'm gonna add a little bit of greenery in here because you can never have too much greenery, ever, ever. And if anybody approaches you with that kind of negativity, like I say, you don't need them in your, you don't need that kind of, you don't need that kind of energy in your life. Right? Until you got too much greenery, like what? Don't cuss me. Cuss me out? Why are you talking to me like that? What is it? Shh. Oh, listen. And I know you've been hanging out with me, right? Don't forget that after me is Orchid Lane Designs, and she's tagged in my top description, and you can also just refresh your page, right? So I got some of that going on. Look at that. All right, so let's make, we have enough time to make a bow? Oh, we got like 4 minutes. Let's make a super quick bow. Let's see if we can get it done. How fast can I make this bow? So I'm gonna go with some small loops and short tails. Don't want necessarily like it getting dirty like on a table or a counter, but we want a little accent. So something like that, right? And then I got another piece to it. And so their little garden gate gathering, we have our little welcome wreath, which could also be a candle holder on a table. We have our little lantern bow. So our lantern with our ambient lighting for our gathering. And then we have this really cute, thanks for the idea, Misty, hostess gift, right? So I'm just gonna use some wire here. And then up after me, like I said, look at that. I made this bow in like, what, a minute? Yeah, because I said I had 4 minutes and I have 3 minutes. Like what? I can be fast if I want to. And when you are the marketing person, the shipping person, the inventory person, the cleaner, the teacher, the helper, you learn how to do things fast. All right, so I'm gonna stick this in on the side. Now, I do realize that on the other side, like I need to probably add like a little something to cover up the little hole over there, but this gives you a really good idea. What a cute thing. So I feel like I need to add stuff over here, but I'm gonna let you, oh wait, we got 3 minutes. What are we talking about? Just do this. Ooh, we'll just do this real quick. I got 3 minutes. I didn't even realize it. So I feel like this needs like some little stuffs right here. Right there. There we go. Look at that. It's cute, right? So we got this. We've got this, which is just gonna go back in my shop to decorate my shop. And then we've got this, our little garden gate gathering. How cute. there we go. That's what we got. And you could, like we talked about it, you could leave the bow out and go with it more like a candle ring or something like that. But I just think it's super cute. So that's what we got. That's what we made today in our time together. Lindsay, thanks for inviting me. I appreciate you. Y'all make sure you're following Lindsay with Be Happy Cottage, 1983. And follow along with my friends today. We got a lot of creative friends, and you're all going to be getting something around a garden theme. So I think that's great. We get ideas and get inspired. It's the perfect time of year for it. So hang out, and it's Friday. All right, so have fun today. I am going to see you all in the comments. Thanks for hanging out with me. And don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Make good choices. Thanks, Amy. See you, Cheryl. Bye, y'all.